Hello everyone, my name's Herb. In today's episode we're making healthy banana and fruit muffins. So we'll get started here with all the ingredients. We've got some wholemeal flour, we've got strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, sultanas, our cinnamon and some upside down honey, which should actually read Adley's nothing but honey, which is what you would hope. Now we're putting some wholemeal flour and sifting it into the pan. No, it's not a pan, into the bowl. I'm an amateur at this, don't worry. 1 3/4 cups. Okay, the next job is to sift the flour into the bowl. I don't know why I called it a pan before. It looks nothing like a pan, but that's what we're doing now. We're just sifting the flour. Let me introduce you to the Barcelona spoon. This came back from Spain, and it's the star of the kitchen. Now we're putting in some cinnamon. It's going straight into the bowl.
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon.
Salt.
1/4 tablespoon of salt.
Teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Okay, so we're not putting much salt in there at all, are we? No. And I've got my bloody finger in the way. How much of that are we putting in? The baking soda?
Half a teaspoon.
1/2 teaspoon of baking soda going into the mix. If we can actually get it out of the packet, that would be good. So now that's all getting together. Now we're adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have no idea what any of these things do, but they're integral to the process, I'm told. Okay, now we're meant to have put choc chips into this, but we accidentally bought chocolate melts, which are a bit larger than the regular choc chips we put in, but we'll make it work anyway. So this is just a new version of the same thing.
No, they're meant to be choc chips, okay?
Yes, they're meant to be choc chips, but we got the wrong one, so we're breaking them in half to make them a bit smaller and palatable to the muffins. And also we add a tablespoon of poppy seeds. This is not in the original recipe, but nice to have in there. Gives it a bit of crunch. We've broken up the chocolate chips because the large buttons were probably too big to work in the muffins. They would have taken up too much space, so they were broken up into pieces. After washing and cleaning the blueberries and raspberries, you add them in the bowl with the chocolate. The reason we don't use frozen ones is because they release too much liquid when they're come out of the oven. So that's the theory behind that. But you put the blueberries in, and the raspberries coming up. Raspberries incoming. And now you stir up the ingredients bowl we spoke about earlier. And then we use the Barcelona spoon for the heavy duty work. Once you've done that, stirred it all up a bit, you grab a tablespoon and add it to the fruit and the chocolate. Two tablespoons, and give it a bit of a mix till it's all coated and mixed properly. Next, 1/4 cup of sultanas go into the mix. Now the reason you put the flour mix in there is so the fruit doesn't sink to the bottom when the muffins are baking. It just stops it all from all flattening out. Next, you put 2 eggs in a bowl. Apparently room temperature is the best way to have the eggs. Now I'm assuming they will get beaten before we add the bananas.
No, they don't.
Oh, no, they don't. What do we do with the eggs once they're beaten?
Oh, you'll see.
Okay, we'll wait and see. Next, in a separate bowl, we chop up 2 to 3 bananas, depending on size. Because nobody wants a small banana. Now we're chopping banana number 2. It's a reasonable size one, so I think 2 will probably cover this lot. Next step is to mush the bananas up into little pieces, and you squash them, or you just chop them up.
With a fork, usually just mush them.
Just get a fork and mush them. We'll come back to that. The boss has decided to add another banana to the mix because it didn't look like there was enough. You wouldn't believe that all this fruit makes only 12 muffins, but my God, they're delicious. Next, we add the eggs to the bananas. Hopefully eggs without eggshells, because apparently that makes them a bit gritty, so we try to avoid that. Now we put, how much?
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. You always have a bit of vanilla essence in everything. It makes it taste so good. Now we add half a cup of liquid coconut oil. This is the magic that makes it all come together. Have we got enough in that bottle? Just.
Not quite.
Just topping up the coconut oil, as there wasn't quite enough in the other bottle, and that goes into the mix like so. Another addition is we're going to try putting a few cranberries in the mix. I haven't done this before, so it'll be a new taste to try. Now you give the fruit a good mix. There's the fruit, there's the banana and the eggs, which I guess you know is fruit as well. The next step is a 1/4 cup of honey. This gives us that sweetness and flavour. Doesn't that look good? Gotta love honey. Make sure that's the full 1/4 cup. Between the fruit and the honey, there seems to be a lot of sugar in there, but it's all natural sugar and not that bad for you. I'll squeeze every last drop out of it. Then you just pour that in. Doesn't that look good? Next job is to whisk the banana, eggs, honey together. Until it's combined. And also you preheat the oven to what? To whatever. Just turn the oven on and preheat it. As you can see, this is a very technical recipe. But you just wing it and see how you go. So give that all a good mix and a stir. And mush up as much banana as you can. Oh yeah, that looks good.
You can leave it in little clumpy pieces as well.
Yeah. Now the banana and egg mix gets poured into the, can't see anything there, gets poured into the original flour mix. Can I lick the bowl?
Do it until just combined.
So the trick to this is not to overmix any of the ingredients. You just lightly mix them just so they're covered, and give that a big stir. Combine it all. Yes, that's looking the goods. Next we add the berries to the banana and powder mix. And I think once that's all combined, that's pretty much it before they go into the little paper cups. Again, you mix it all up till it's well combined without over mixing. You could just eat that like that. I wouldn't even have to stick it in the oven. I would eat it. Give it a good stir and mix and combine, and we'll come back shortly. Next to come out is the baking tray. Oh, I've got my fingers in the way again. Is the baking tray that the mixture goes into. This is a bit tricky because you've got to make sure you've got enough in the bowl to fill the 12 little cups. And this is where I would have trouble because I'd be eating it along the way. You just fill each cup up to the top or just to a level somewhere near the top. You can obviously adjust how much you put in the cups as you go through to make sure that there's enough to go in all of them. Look at that. Some people use an ice cream scoop, but I think it all gets stuck in the ice cream scoop just the same as the spoon. So in any case, the Barcelona spoon makes everything taste better. Just topping them up. And just filling up the last 2 cups. As you can see, there's plenty of mixture left over to top them all up if some need a bit more than others. I can just taste them already. That looks very appealing. Almost done. Now with whatever's left over in the bowl, you just top up the ones that need a little bit more here and there. Just topping up the ones that are a bit low, so they're all at a uniform height, ideally, but not necessary, because they're bloody delicious either way. Nice. The next step is to put them all in the preheated oven on the top rack. Though this isn't a fan forced oven, so leave them in there for about 20 minutes, then open them up and give them a little poke just to see if they're done. We'll be back when they're ready. Okay, now with our Mijas Spain tablecloth, we're just getting the muffins out of the oven now, which appear to be done.
Tea towel.
Tea towel, what did I say?
Tablecloth.
Tablecloth, tea towel. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they look amazing. Oh yeah, look at that. Just poking them to see how they're done on the inside. They're nice and soft. Yeah. No, I think they will be absolutely perfect. We'll let them cool down for a little while and then give them a try. We'll come back when they've cooled down enough to be able to cut one in half and see the insides. God, these things are so good. Oh yeah, look at that fruit. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Hi guys, if you like the video, please give it a like. Thank you.